Hello, everybody. It's October 29th, 2019. It's 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, and it is time for our midday mindful moment. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, the spiritual director of Tucson New Thought, and this is the time and place where we check in each weekday for a few minutes of mindfulness. This is it. This is the opportunity. Well, this is not it. I mean, this is it for right now because we only ever have this moment, right? But this is the opportunity that we choose to take daily to actively engage our spiritual practice. Because when we engage on a consistent and regular basis, life just gets better all around. So whether you're watching live or on the replay, post a comment. Let me know you're here. I love when you comment. And I'm going to start with my daily reminder, which is this. You are love. You are light. You are life. You are magnificent. Take the time to reflect on your own magnificence right here, right now, right in this moment. And let yourself be motivated by that every single day, every single moment of your life. Allow yourself to be forwarded and motivated and evolved as the magnificence that you are, because you are absolutely magnificent. Hello, Logan. Waving at you as well. So I have an idea of what I want to talk about a little bit today, but one of the things I am going to say is, is there anything you want me to talk about? I mean, I have an idea about what I want to talk about. On time today, William, Anita. Awesome to have you here as always. Anita, I was just looking at your song, and I'm thinking that the 17th is the date, so just not that we need to be putting that out there, publicly, but look at the 17th. All right, so here's what I planned on talking about today. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. That's really the message today. I want to talk a little bit about this concept of self-care, and I'm going to say we need to step into an experience and an expression, I think, in more ways of radical self-care. And ultimately, why is that? Well, the world cannot value us when we are not caring for ourselves, because a reflection of lack of self-care shows a lack of self-value. So when we are caring for ourselves, we're actually valuing ourselves, and the world will react in accordance with that. The other thing is, and I think that in many ways this is more important, is that if we don't care for ourselves, we can't care for others. And this is not to say be selfish. What I am trying to say is, let's provide within ourselves a conduit for cooperative support. Here's the deal. Lend a helping hand when you can, but also receive that helping hand when you need it. And recognize that help sometimes comes from within the self. So so take care of yourself. I used to be a workaholic, very much so. When I was when I was studying to become a minister back, 13 years ago, when I was like right in the midst of it all. Is that 13 years ago? I guess it was 13 years ago. Anyway, I can't do math anymore. But I was in the midst of a lot of things happening in my life. I was studying to be a minister. I was the administrator for my church. I was a member of the theater company that was housed in the church and serving on the board of that theater company. So I was in classes, working full-time, and also doing performances, doing shows all the time. There was really I was working 7 days a week. I was doing stuff 7 days a week. I never took time for myself. And what ultimately happened is I got a little bit of burnout. So I very, very clearly have set my limitations on what I am willing and available to do for others if I am not in a place of having cared for myself. So I take care of myself first. I allow myself to have rest. I allow myself to have time to contemplate and settle into spirit. And that is what I think we should all be doing more and more and more. And when we do that, we actually put ourselves into a place of being able to support others. And we can live in that cooperative space. It's like they say in the airplane, when the mask drops, you have to put it on yourself first and then support others, because you're no good to anybody else if you have passed out. Think about that. So don't allow yourself to pass out. Allow yourself to be in the flow with you at the core of your own experience of care. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. So that's what today is going to be all about. Hello, Deborah. Great to have you here. So let's take care of ourselves right here and right now by rooting this right into our conscious awareness, our conscious expression, our conscious beingness through this thing that we call spiritual practice by way of spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. So just taking in a breath, taking in a nice deep breath, and releasing that breath. Another breath, and releasing that. Oh. One more time. And allowing ourselves to be rooted in this place of centered awareness. I know right here and right now that there is only the power and presence of Source. That is all that exists, the only thing going on. This forward momentum, this evolutionary creative energy is all that exists. And we perceive it in myriad forms. We perceive it as form. We perceive it as time. We perceive it in ways that are always unfolding for our highest benefit. I trust in this perfect forward momentum. I trust in this flow, and I know that this is who and what each and every one of us is. For there is no separation. There is only this Source. There is only this goodness. There is only this flow. And we are the flow, embodied and expressed right here, right now. And so I know that right in this moment, we live in the opportunity to live in self-care more profoundly than perhaps we ever have before. That we are taking the time for rest, that we are taking the time to nourish ourselves both physically and spiritually, that we are taking the time necessary to express the most magnificent version of Source as us that is possible. This is done through self-care. And so I know that we are rooted in expressing as this caring, beautiful, loving, harmonious self. And trusting this, knowing this, and living in great gratitude for the flow, allowing my beingness to be filled with gratitude right here and right now. I let go, let God allow the flow and live in the forward momentum and evolution of this thing called love. I am rooted in the Source. I allow it to be as I relax, release, let go, and allow. I allow. I do so with an open, loving heart, and I welcome everyone within the sound of my voice to settle into their own space, their own heart, to know this truth as well. So trusting this, knowing this, and allowing this, I simply say yes. Yes, it is so. It is complete right in this moment, in the very expression of it, in the very acceptance of it right now. And together we say, and so it is. Oh. So yeah, take care of yourself. Find something to do to take care of yourself in a different way today. Part of that can be gratitude, living in gratitude, and I am grateful. I live in gratitude for this opportunity that you take with me every single day to join in, to settle into some mindfulness, and I'm going to invite you to keep an eye out for these opportunities every single weekday. I come to you every single weekday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, which also means that next week when the rest of the country or the rest of like so much of the world goes off of daylight savings time, for those of us who are in Arizona, the time will change. So next week you can expect me to come to you at 12:30 p.m. Arizona time. If you haven't already, I would love for you to like or love this video. Put up a comment. So grateful, William, Anita, Logan, Deborah, to know that you are here live. Yes, yes, yes. And do share this video so that we can spread the good and magnify this mindfulness practice. Just a reminder, we do have meditation on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and Sunday celebration every week at 10 a.m., but only for the next 2 weeks, next 2 Sundays. On November 17th, we do switch it up and we begin offering 2 services every week, a contemplative service at 9 and the celebration service at 10:30. Blessing, I am grateful for you. Thank you. Grateful that you've been here as well. So yes, November 17th, we switch to 2 services. Keep an eye out and put that in your calendar in whatever way you feel is appropriate for you. Also, do check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, TucsonNewThought.org, for all the latest and greatest that is happening at Tucson New Thought. There we are. There are so many ways to celebrate the magnificence that is you. You are magnificent. So please do share this. Expand the flow to everyone you know. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone. Namaste.